Go Tracker, go Flat Tracker, go, go, go.
G'day, welcome to another KELPI Flat Track Pod. Your host here, Darcy Claver, and fantastic to be back for another one in 2023. Big weekend, went riding yesterday up at Broadford. It was really good to catch up with the KELPI Flat Track team, all in the one place for the first time for 2023. So it was really good to see how everyone was, and yeah, just have a general catch up, watch them cutting some laps. Was feeling pretty average myself yesterday, so it wasn't too impressive, but still got some seat time, which is awesome. As you all know, seat time is very important. So yeah, even though I wasn't really feeling it, still cut some laps and yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it was really great to catch up with everyone. Everyone's actually looking really on form. Zane Kinner was flying on the 19-inch American tyres. Brendan's looking really comfortable and had great speed all day. Kelsey now looks really good on her 450. She has a 250 and a 450, and she was having a bit of front end problems at the end of 2022 there with her 450, but that's all gone away after a little bit of work with their suspension guy. And yeah, and Taylor Borshman was looking a lot more confident too, and it looks like she's increased the speed once again, which is fantastic. And not an official team member, but someone that does come along to most of the events and helps me out a lot is my middle daughter Sky, and she had a ride on my bike and ended up adopting Taylor's bike. Apparently she really wants a 250, but yeah, you know, she can buy that for herself now. She's a working lady and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so came to my realisation yesterday that we're a little bit behind on the accommodation booking for Bathurst, but did a little bit of Airbnb researching last night, and you know, having an Airbnb myself, of course, I know exactly what I'm doing. Not anyway. After an hour or so of mucking around and getting things upside down, I found something this morning, so that's good. That's got Macau, myself, and the crew that's coming with us, Kinner as well, I think, all sorted out. So that's yeah, a sigh of relief, because I thought we might be camping on the side of the road somewhere for a minute. So I do have a guest today. He's technically a New South Wales rider, but we've sort of adopted him. He spends a lot of time in Victoria for a New South Wales rider, and his name is Harrison Small. So I'm not going to muck about too much today, talking about not a hell of a lot, but I will say we've got lots of great guests coming on. So yeah, tune in. But this is a great one with Harrison. He's a great kid, and I think you're going to enjoy meeting him and learning a bit about the Smalls. So let's get into it. We're all going. So is this the first time you've been on Zoom? Didn't you do a bit of school at Zoom, or?
I've done a little bit of school. Yeah, I've done a little bit, but I never had the beach background like this. This is amazing.
It's pretty tropical. Is it warm up your way at the moment?
No, it's actually raining real bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had 120 mils of rain last night. It's been ridiculous. We've got water everywhere.
You're kidding. Oh, it's been pretty nice here today.
Oh, it's been shocking here. No good at all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, I've got Harrison Small with me here. We're away, Harrison. Just so you realise, everything you say now is being recorded and can be held against you.
Yeah.
So
feels like I've been pulled over by the coppers.
Well, yeah, if I was academic, I might have made a good cop. I'm a big enough arsehole, so I'm sure there's lots of nice cops out there. I shouldn't say that, should I? So how are you going?
Yeah, no, I've been good. Been pretty busy, trying to ride as much as possible and working through the week. So I've been good. Can't really complain at all.
Yeah, tell us what was going on this weekend. You're a couple of days riding, weren't you?
Yeah, so there was a ladies' day on the Saturday, and I was lucky enough to talk to Taylor Street and get to help out with a bit of coaching.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was there on Saturday helping out, trying to pass on some of my wisdom to a couple of the new ladies that were riding around.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that was great. And I was lucky enough to ride Don Street's 500 for the weekend. So that was amazing. Just made me feel so happy riding a two-stroke 500. It was crazy. I loved it.
So is that, because he's got a few, hasn't he? Is that a CR?
Yeah, it's a CR. He's got two of them. So he's got one that is real tidy, apparently, sitting at home. And the other one he lets a very few people ride. So for me to ride it, I was over the moon. It was the best weekend.
Yeah,
It's
right.
crazy. So yeah, had ladies day Saturday, and on Sunday there was a Moto Cloud day just to practice. So I stayed the weekend there, and I was lucky enough to stay at the Davies house Friday night and stay with Ty Darkin at his house on the Saturday. So yeah, to be able to ride was crazy. Saturday and Sunday was good. Riding Don Street's 500 again on the Sunday at Moto Cloud, which was cool. Got heaps of riding in. Was flat out. So yeah, it was a good weekend.
Yeah, awesome. So you spent most of your time on the 500, not your bike?
Yeah, my bike's currently at Darren at Trackrite getting suspension done on it. Had some difficulties at Aubrey's practice with it. Wasn't really letting me adjust too much when I was trying to work the 19s out. So
yeah,
sent it to Darren to try and get it all tuned in. So should be good for Bathurst, hopefully. But
yeah,
just try and work it out. All the adjustment wasn't working. Couldn't adjust him a rebound or compression, which was making it real tricky to get the bike working for me. But yeah, hopefully we'll get it all worked out.
Yeah, so who's done your suspension in the past? Well, not that we're dishing anyone or anything like that, just
No.
had it worked, or is this the first time you've sort of spent a bit of money on it, or?
I was running pretty well stock suspension. I just had it at home. We've had it lowered a little bit. We had it lowered 20 mil and kind of half tried to get it set up as best as we could. Out of the box, my 450 worked really well for me. I loved it. It was great. So we didn't really feel like we had to change too much, but I just wanted it to be a little bit lower. So we got it lowered to try and get it feeling more comfortable, and it was good. It's just, yeah, I don't know, something must have let go in the rear shock where we couldn't adjust anything. It just made it real tricky.
Yeah. And you've got, I've known you a couple of years now, and you've come a long way in your riding too. So it's probably time where you're searching for every little bit that counts, So
yeah,
searching
definitely
for those things that might give you that little bit more of an edge.
Yeah, definitely trying to get down to the fine bits in racing. Feel like I've half worked out how to ride a bike. It's just the little steps. Every little step counts. Just little 1%ers everywhere.
Yeah,
just got to try and work them out.
Yeah, so I did a podcast with Paul Caslett yesterday. So there's some good stuff in there. It's currently uploading on another screen, so hopefully this one seems to be running smooth, which is good. I was a bit worried about that because my computer's getting a bit old, and I was sort of thinking maybe it's going to fart out or something. But anyway, it seems to be coping so far. But yeah, check that one out. He's got a few. We talk a bit about bikes and stuff. I don't know if you know much about Paul, but he's had a pretty long career in dirt track, and it's ridden pretty much everything. And some of the things he says is quite interesting.
I've heard lots of things about Paul Caslett. Apparently he's a very knowledgeable man. I haven't got to meet him myself yet, but yeah, everyone I speak to says he's very switched on, knows how to ride a bike, and is willing to pass that information on, which is always a big thing.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. So we sort of just started general chit chat, which is good, but I've never really asked you how you got into bikes and where it all started, or maybe I did and I've forgotten around the bonfire or something. Too much chocolate.
A couple of days at Harley Club around the bonfire.
So I did say your name before. You're Harrison Small. You're from you're actually from Aubrey, not Wodonga. So you're actually a New South Wales rider, is that right?
Yeah, from New South Wales, only just over New South Wales, but I'm in New South Wales at the moment. So yeah, that's good. I love it.
It's funny because you are right on the border, and you sort of, the track you ride at probably most is actually in Victoria, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in Victoria. So just across the border from home, only about 15 k's from home. Just yeah, got a pretty good setup there at the moment. We've got new committee, but I love that track so much. It's just
I like that track.
Yeah, it's kind of where everything started for me. It was good.
Yeah, so you didn't do motocross or paddock bashing or?
Not really. I did ride at home on a little Peewee 50 when I was about, I think I started riding when I was 4 or 5. Got a little Peewee, and Dad let me run around the paddock a little bit. And then I went up to a Peewee 80, same, just putting around at home whenever I could. Nothing real dramatic. And then I got a little KLX 110 when I was about probably 8, and just rode that around. And Dad said we could go over to the track and have a ride. So I thought, yeah, right, I'll have a ride over there. I actually done Skylift in, I think, 2013. No, maybe a bit later, maybe 2014.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, done Skylift there. Just first ever time riding a bike out in Skylift under the lights as a young kid. Oh, it felt like I was a rock star out there. It was amazing. I loved it. So I done that, and then I only really done that one race, and then never went back to the track ever again. Just kind of started playing footy. Played footy for probably 5 or 6 years. Just got right into that. Absolutely loved it. But then little Henry came along and he wanted to ride motorbikes. So I thought I'd join him and have a go at that. So I gave up footy and started racing in 2019. And we just, ever since then, it's just been riding. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, so Henry's your little brother.
Yeah, little Henry.
I didn't realise he was the reason you got back into it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And,
yeah, he lived for it.
You also had a good mate that was coming all the time, which had sort of dropped off a little bit lately.
Yeah, Jack Collier.
Yeah, so I remember when I first met you guys, I think it was you and Jack and Henry, and you're all doing the Positive Throttle days or Wayne Sullivan's coaching days.
Yep.
Is that about right? Yeah, I think that's
that sounds right.
Yeah, and ever since then, you just seem to be getting more and more into it. The whole family comes along. It's a pretty family affair. Your parents have been driving you all over the place to get you more track time and more experience on other tracks.
Definitely.
Maybe, if you can shed a bit of light on how that journey's been for you, trying different tracks and just the whole rider growth experience. Like, can you remember when it first changed and you went, shit, I'm actually on the gas here now?
Yeah, well, I remember when I first started riding, I had a CR125. Still have that bike now. Absolutely love the thing. Yeah. And we were riding at Albury, and I saw Remy Fife riding around. And I saw how quick he was, and I idolised that guy at Albury. Every time I went there, I'm like, oh, Remy's so cool. He's so quick. And I reckon last year, just at practice days, instead of being with him for like 5 meters and then he's gone, I've kind of like can stick with him for a couple laps. And even if he might be playing with me every now and then, it feels like just that little bit just like makes me happy. Feels like I've actually gotten places.
Yeah.
Even with Taylor Street, I was talking to Taylor on the weekend. We were the same. Our whole family idolised her, like how cool it was that she's so quick and how she's a girl doing the things that she does. Yeah. And now, like, I sat back on Sunday just looking at it. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Like, I used to idolise Taylor so much, and now I'm in her pit shade with her riding one of her bikes. Like, it's crazy just how much stuff changes. And the people you meet in racing, it's just ridiculous. It's so good.
Yeah, and you just got to be involved, don't you? You just got to get involved and have a crack. And, we see people come in and then drop out all the time. But when you stick with it, some cases it will take a little bit longer than others. For me, on my old bike, it took a long time before I got to where I wanted to be. And it seems like it's going to be the same on this bike. That must just be the way I am, It's just... Yeah, but I'm glad I stuck with it. All the people I've met, you guys, so many families and individuals that I just really love spending time with, and we all have a common interest. And I love seeing you guys kicking goals and getting better. And for me, it's not all just about myself. I love the personal challenge of racing, but like Brendan on the 19s at the SSRAV day the other weekend.
Yep.
I knew he'd be frustrated that he was tussling with me. And he
Yeah.
sort of said, I just not sure about the front end, and you seem to be sending it on the inside line. I said, yeah, you just got to go on harder and trust it'll be fine. And
Yeah, definitely.
he increased the pressure a little bit on his rear as well, and he obviously must have just felt the change straight away, because after that was it. I couldn't
Yeah.
deal with him anymore.
Yeah. That's the good thing. I was talking to Brendo about our stuff, because we're all new to 19s. It's great how we can all try and learn together, and just the little things that we like work out about riding them, we can pass it on to the next person, and kind of, instead of trying to grow by yourself, you can everyone just get together and try and work these things out. It's good. I love it.
Yeah, me too. And it's no fun riding by yourself. But
No,
you'd
definitely.
rather have competition anyway, because the battles are what make racing great,
Yeah, exactly. It's good.
So it's fantastic to have that sort of stuff going on. And speaking of the 19s, thanks to you and your family for buying some of our products. You guys have gone about it a little bit differently, and you've built some wheel sets with some original hubs and some KELPI rims, and ended up getting some spokes, which only just fitted. But
Yeah, nah, got it all worked out.
Oh, the
That's
rear
good.
was fine, wasn't it? It was just the front one that was a little bit tricky, but you got it
No,
all
definitely.
worked out. And
Yeah.
what did you build them up yourself, or did you have guys doing it? Or
I had had a mate of mine in town, Alex Smith, used to work at White House Motorcycles, our local motorbike shop.
yeah,
He has laced up nearly all my wheels, even my 18-inch dirt track wheels. He's laced everything up for me. So I gave them to him, and he tried a couple different ways and was struggling a little bit. So I just messaged back to Darcy, working out what the go was, and ended up working everything out. Just had it laced the wrong way. So once we laced it correctly.
That was just the front one. The rear one was fine, wasn't it? Rear one.
Yeah. Oh, rear wheel went together perfectly fine. The front wheel went together perfectly fine as well. It was our mistake. We done it the wrong way. So
well, I learned, and that's sort of why I'm bringing it up too. I'm learning lessons as I go as well. I'm new in this business and figuring stuff out too. If I had given you guys the pattern, so when you're lacing wheels, they'll say 1 to 11 or 1 to 7.
Yeah.
So that's how many holes should be between the next spoke. It's sort of hard to explain without a picture or something.
Yeah,
But
definitely is.
But yeah, if I put a little note 1 to 11, you probably would have had it done the first time.
Yeah, no, definitely would.
So that was a lesson for me as well. So that was good. But I wanted to talk about that because I'm sure there's guys out there listening that might want to buy our rims to utilize a set of hubs that they've got lying around. And it can get a little bit tricky. It can always, in this case, it was a great end result. Got it sorted out. But
exactly.
Yeah, I sort of think the other best option is I'm wearing their t-shirt today. Oh, wrong side.
Yeah.
I would almost, because I'm keeping some rims at their workshop now, I'd almost just send the hubs there as I said to you over the phone. They made your spokes anyway. We supply the straight spoke. They thread, cut, and bend them, and so they can just make it all fit there, and then it would have been posted back and all easily done. So sort of a message for potential buyers of the rims and that. Unless you're really, really good at lacing wheels, I would probably go that route. I'd recommend it because guys at Classic Wheels, they're pretty awesome, and they'll make it happen, and it's usually no extra cost to very little extra cost if there is a trouble. And I bear the extra cost anyway if it's from our end. So, but dribbling on there. I don't know why I was dribbling on about that. What's your race calendar looking like this year?
This year it's packed. We're riding a lot of tracks. Well, going back to what you said, traveling around as a family, we've ridden lots of different tracks around. Ridden Griffith, Albury, Broadford, Cowra last year. We're lucky enough to ride Forbes and Bathurst. So we're hoping to do the same again, travel around to lots of different tracks this year. I know we've got Broadford's Harley Club. I know we've got all of them booked in. So good being down at Broadford. We love everyone there. So go back again this year and do all their days. Albury again, try and ride Albury a lot this year because of the Aussie titles being there. Try and get a lot of practice on the track.
Yeah.
I think we're doing the AFTN series where we're trying to do at least 2 of them. We're not sure if we can make it to Brisbane, but we're definitely going to be doing Appin and Taree for sure.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
And I think we're doing a few Cowra rides at Cowra, a couple at Forbes, and we'll try and pencil in Griffith as well. That track there is so cool. It's like nothing else. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I want to go and check that out. A young guy, Aaron Clifford, that came down to the Vics is from there. And wouldn't mind catching up with him and his family and seeing how they're all going up there. And just, from yourself and hearing from him, it's a loose oil track, so it's a different, I'd really like to experience it. I've been on 3 oil tracks and they were all different, but sounds like this one is really loose. Like it's almost sort of than granite texture. Is that right? You've been on it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, the first time I rode there, it was for the Twilight series, and they hadn't ridden the track for 6 months, they were saying. And we got there and the track was so hard, like ridiculous, like blue groove everywhere. It would have been amazing for 19s, but I was stuck there on me 1821 setup with the Michelin and it was not working at all for me. I had a horrible night. I was so cranky. It was not good. And then we camped there that night and woke up the next morning and they had a grader in there ripping the track like 2 feet deep. They just said apparently they got heaps of complaints from different people. So they just ripped the track up and started again fresh, ripped it all up. And, we went back probably 2 months later for a practice day there and the track was completely different. It was, like as deep as a granite track is usually, but oil and just so grippy and don't have to water it. It's just so crazy. It's different like nothing else.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I look forward to that. That makes me excited. Even if
it's really cool.
Practice day, it sounds like it'd be worth the trip because it's a few hours for you from home, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's 2.5 hours maybe from home. So
not
too far.
Be about 6 for me. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
So have you been counting up the miles that you've been doing or?
Last year we didn't.
I'm listening to too much American stuff. The K.
I don't think we did last year, but I know this year Mum's got a big tally of where we're riding, how far we're traveling, how many tires we're using, just like all the costs of everything and working everything out. So we know what we're actually spending and using at racing.
Yeah.
So I know that Mum's got a big document going of how far we're traveling, and we're going to be doing some big miles this year. I'll tell you, it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah. I think there's a few of us in the same boat. We're going to be pretty much at everything you're going to be at, I think, by the sounds of it. And it's. I'm trying not to think about it. I'm really excited, but I'm also really nervous.
Yeah, I'm the exact same.
And then there's all sorts of other stuff going on. So with local stuff with the Harley Club, and I'm still working on my KELPI Cup, which even though we're in 2023, it's still a chance of that happening. So there could be another 3 to 6 rounds of 19 base racing you can enter into. So
that would be amazing. I'd be keen on that. That'd be really good.
Yeah, I am too. And it's just trying to if I've gone around it a different way, but if I'd done maybe later on, I'll turn into a promoter and do it that way. But we'll just get it going is the main thing. And once we get it up and going, I'm sure the clubs will see the benefit of it too, and it won't be an issue. It's just getting it actually off the ground.
Definitely.
Got one club's definitely signed off. I think you can guess who that is. But getting the answers from the others is proving challenging. But hopefully we'll get that off because it's going to be a really good proving ground for people that want to do the AFT, or even if they want to just get into the sport, they can just come in and they're not competing against really fast dudes on 18s.
Yeah.
21-18, they'll be competing against really fast dudes on 21-19.
Yeah.
19-19.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be good to get another one, like another round of series going. That'd be cool. I like the 19s concept.
Look, all the feedback we've had on the pod, it just points to series. Everyone wants to do series. I guess the thing we have to be careful is that we don't have a shitload of series that are all clashing. So
yeah, that's the trickiest part, getting it worked out so all your dates are apart from everyone else's.
Yeah. And that's the good thing with being a tag along event with clubs is they've already sort of done that footwork. So they're making sure they're not clashing with the big events, and some of them are holding the big events. So yeah, it actually works out pretty good.
Yeah.
Your number, how did that come about? Is 5? I wrote it down. Now I can't find it. 553, 556,
556.
556.
So yeah, I suppose back to when I rode in Skylift when I was really young. It's just I signed up for a race license, and back then, I'm not sure why, but we had to, because I think maybe because we signed up for the motocross side, but we had to pick an actual number, and I had the chance to choose from between number 199 and number 999. I remember I was on the phone to this lady and going through every number I wanted, and I couldn't get any of them. So randomly, I just yelled out the number 557, and she's like, "Yep, too easy. You can have that one." So sweet, I got that number, rode with that for that 1 year, and then when I went and played footy, I lost the license for racing and everything. When I got back, I wanted to get the same number when I was racing motocross, but they wouldn't give it to me, so they gave me 556. And ever since then, I've just kind of stuck. I want to change my number, but I don't want to change it. I feel like it could be a good luck charm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I had this, I don't know if you saw the pod with Heath, Stuart, and Jack, but yeah, you sort of grow attachment to your number. Like,
yeah, definitely do.
There's a weird thing. I don't actually understand it myself. I mean, mine's real boring, and it's the year I was born. But
yeah.
I'm still attached to it as my race number.
Yeah.
Whether it's the year I was born or not.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird how you get that connection. It's like, not many people would understand it, but it's just, it's weird how you get the connection.
Yeah, just every racer, they understand it.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
So, Cara, you've been to Cara a few times last year in 2022.
Yep.
Pretty cool track, that one, eh? It's different because you've got the descent and the ascent, and descent 1 and 2, and ascent in 3 and 4, isn't it?
Yeah, that track is unbelievable. So quick. It's like, it's amazing. We loved riding there last year. There was some really quick boys there. Always felt like every time you rode there, you just gained another step faster. Just working with always chasing the quicker riders. Every time we went there, Tom Drain was riding, which is a big name that everyone in Australia knows. So, try and ride just with the quick boys always feels like you gain more confidence and learn a lot more than riding by yourself or with slower riders. Yeah, so that's just what we've learned the most out of. We've always tried to chase, well, not so much chase talent, but just chase quick riders so that we're trying to gain against them instead of working, it's just trying to,
instead of just cutting laps in the normal club day and that sort of stuff. And
definitely.
I think mixing it up, we've also spoken about that a lot, mixing it up with other riders and better riders, you can pick up a lot, even subconsciously, sort of, if someone's in front of you and you're trying to keep with them and you just can't, then you sort of look ahead and you go, it's trailing the brake, or you can just sort of see his foot's in closer to the fork, maybe I try that, or it's amazing how you pick up those little things. Do you actually talk to guys around the pits and that too and get tips and tricks, or not so much?
I try to. I find it a bit daunting to speak to some of the bigger boys in the sport, big couple of the quick guys, but I try to speak to as many people as I can. It's just, sometimes the name That's all it is the name.
You get a bit shy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I think
Exactly.
we're probably all guilty of that and suffered of that. And I'm the same with the pods and stuff. And when I first went and talked to Jared at Forbes, I was sort of a bit, I was probably like an awkward schoolgirl, but yeah, once you get going and that, it's all good, and you go, yeah, they're not just another person, another rider.
Yeah,
And,
exactly right.
9 times out of 10, and this seems to be a common factor around the world, is they're pretty down to earth, cool people. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean. You sort of do hold them up on a pedestal, but because it's not easy, and we know it because we're out on the track, not just spectating. You know how hard it is to go at the speeds they're going.
Definitely.
And, yeah, bloody impressive. And I was pretty impressed to see that you got a third in the, was it 10-lap feature race?
Yeah, the Pauline Langfield, I got second in that. That was
second, sorry.
Yeah, that was a big 10-lap Le Mans start, which was crazy. So I had a shocking day. I crashed and just had an off day. So I qualified, I think, 10th for that. So I was like second from the front. And I remember Dad was out there holding my bike, and he just said, just keep your head forward, don't look back, and go your hardest. And that was crazy. I felt pretty quick for the first like 5 laps, and Tom Drain started dead last, and he was in front of me by like lap 5 or lap 4. He's just a different level. But yeah, I could hear bikes behind me the whole time, and every time I went down the straight, I just saw Dad on the infield just like waving me around, waving me like screaming. Oh, it was amazing. Dad was having the time of his life.
I can imagine he would have been.
He was jumping around. It was the funniest thing.
Really excited for you, especially when he sees, lap 5 and you're still holding the position. So
yeah, definitely. He was. Yeah, we were wrapped about that, especially with some quick guys there. It was good.
Yeah, so that would have given you a pretty nice confident boost and made you feel pretty good on the end of what you described as a shitty day.
Yeah,
pretty
definitely.
good ending.
I was wrapped with it. So good.
And so that track, you did Oyen. No, you didn't do Oyen.
No, sadly we didn't get to Oyen. We done Bathurst, but we didn't get to Oyen. We're hopefully getting to Oyen this year if they have another one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm not qualified to say, but I'm sort of hearing rumours that have gone in a negative way. But anyway, We'll see. We'll try and find that out. But so Bathurst, you'd be able to compare that to Cara, because they're the same length, I think, 800 metres, about that.
Yeah, I think Bathurst is 850 maybe, and Cara's around 800, yeah.
But it's totally different, because Bathurst is sort of more open corners, more slacker radius.
Yeah, definitely.
Sharper. So you would have seen Tom race at Bathurst as well?
Yeah.
So do you think he used the same technique, that he just drives hard into the corner, or it was quite different?
Well, at Cara, you kind of chase the deep stuff, because once the track gets really hard, it rips up and gets really hard in certain places, and you get no drive. So you always see Tom running into the deeper stuff at Cara, whereas at Bathurst, you could nearly run any line you wanted to, and it was like quick around the track just because of how well prepared the track was. And I remember watching the what was it? Not the Dash for Cash, like that kind of feature race where it was Tom and Jared. I just remember the two of them going into the top, like the pit corner at Bathurst, and not backing off until they're like in the middle of the corner, and they just back off and then power straight back on. It's just crazy. It's like nothing else you've ever seen. It's so fast.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, watching them battle out at Forbes was at the Australian titles. It's pretty nuts. And, but there's heaps of other guys. I would put you up there. You're getting up there that are getting just as quick. And I think, with them, and you hear this on the American podcast too, with the bar being set high, you just have to work towards that standard and getting
Yeah.
as fast as you can. So
Yeah.
my question to you is, do you have a plan? And if so, is it predominantly on bike training, or are you training quite hard off the bike? What's going on there?
Well, obviously with me, I struggle because I'm not the smallest bloke, quite large, rather tall, about 100 kegs. So I want to try and drop a few kilos. So I got told by, I'm pretty sure it was Don Street, that the cheapest horsepower is losing weight. So I'm just going to try and lose some weight, which will, in the equivalent, gain me some horsepower, hopefully.
Yeah.
And just try and work as hard as I can towards the Aussies at Albury, because I feel I can get around Albury's track pretty good. It's just the quick boys are going to be bringing some heat. So to be able to be at the pointy end of the stick, I need to try and train and get a bit more serious. Mum and Dad are investing too much money to try and muck around now. It's time to knuckle down and try and work stuff out.
Yeah, and I think, Paul and I talked about this a little bit too. Also on Jared Brook podcast, he spoke about it too. You want to go to the track knowing you've brought everything.
Yeah.
And that you've done everything you can to be the best you can be. So
Exactly.
don't go half-assed. You're a good rider. You got the riding down. I reckon the only problem that I can sort of see with dropping weight is you might have to change your suspension again a little bit.
Yeah, I
Which is
reckon.
a pain in the ass. But it probably won't be a big deal. But, it depends how much you drop. Like I dropped 13 and I was on a bike that was set for a 100-kilo rider and I'd gone to like 83, so it's a lot of kilos, big difference.
Yeah, definitely.
So, it just depends how much you do lose and that. And, I wouldn't stress about it, but just, a good exercise plan starting.
Yeah.
If you're doing not a lot of exercise at the moment, starting off slow and just building it up,
Yeah, definitely. Well, we got a pretty good mountain bike facility around in Albury. So me and my little brother Henry are going to try and ride as much as possible on the mountain bikes, try and do that, and then hopefully get into the gym and just try and train a few days a week, just get everything worked out so that, as you said, when we get to the weekends, when we're at the track, we're as prepared as we can be to do our best.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And mountain biking, it's a great way. It's bloody hard yakka. It's a great way to do it. And it's sort of fun because it's sort of like trail riding, but you have to put all the effort in. A lot more
definitely.
Than an engine. You are the engine.
Yeah, at least then you still have handlebars in front of you. It feels a little bit more like a bike than just being at the gym, kind of working stuff out. But
so I now, when I started, I just started with mountain biking, but now I do. I can run again because once I lost that weight, when I had that weight on, there's no way I could run. My back would be knackered and just extra weight and stuff. So because I've got a bad back anyway. But once I did lose that weight, I could start running again and actually maintain it. And so now I run a mountain bike, road bike, and just do like this personal trainer app. So I don't actually pay to go to the gym, just a personal trainer app, which is about 20 minutes every morning, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, mainly, since my collarbone, I've been a bit slack, but now I'm getting back into it. So I'm having to build my strength back up a bit. But mainly the real big notice that you make is how much longer you can make decisions for. Riding, like under pressure. So once you start getting fatigued, it's really hard to make corrections and good decisions when you're going flat out. So, and I imagine it would help dealing with pressure as well. So you can make sort of informed decisions on the go rather than sort of half-assed ones or ones that come 5 seconds after you crash.
Yeah, definitely. They're the worst ones. Always get so annoyed when that happens. Not good.
So what do you reckon your highlight so far of your racing's been? Like, so you're sort of 3 years into it full on by the sounds of it, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. COVID kind of made it a bit tricky in 2020. We didn't get too much racing, but yeah, it's probably year number 3 having a crack, which is good. That Paul in Langfield was pretty big, just felt really good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Also, Harley Club, riding Harley Club all year is just every time you're riding with people that you familiarise yourself with, and feels like it's just everyone's my mate there. It's good. Doesn't feel like you're rocking up to the track. Just feels like you're with heaps of friends having a ride. It's good.
And you did the Vic titles this year. Was that your first Vic titles as a senior?
Yeah, that was my first Vic titles forever. We went and watched the 2019, I think it was, at Broadford.
Okay, yeah.
We went and watched. We were talking about riding, but we didn't ride. We came down and watched the Vic titles then. Watched all the boys ride there, and yeah, haven't really had a Vic title since. So we rode last year's Vic titles, which I didn't have a great weekend, but that's all right.
You weren't going bad. You just had what was your off, and that was in the 450s, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to qualify straight. Oh wait, no, I was open. I was lucky enough to qualify straight for the Pro 450 final, but I missed out in the final for the open class. I was 11th qualifying, so I was first pick for Replicharge, which had me feeling good. First pick, feel like I could work me magic and hopefully make it into the final, but nah, that was not very long-lived. First corner, got high-sided pretty bad, and yeah, broke a couple of ribs. Knocked myself. Well, I didn't knock myself out, but I was concussed. Couldn't think straight. It was just a bad time. So I didn't really. Wasn't a great end to the weekend. It's always the end. It's either a great end or a bad end. But yeah, I didn't have a great end to the weekend at the Vic titles. But I feel like I could have probably, if I really thought about it, I could have been more responsible in the Replicharge and saved myself for the 450 final, where I probably could have done better. But that's all right. It's in the past now.
Yeah, that's right. And it's a learning lesson. So we didn't actually mention your age. You're actually 17 or 18 now? 17.
18 now.
Oh, you're 18 now. Bloody hell, I'm missing birthdays. I'm not on board, am I? Didn't get you a cake and a candle or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're 18 now, far out, yeah. So you're still relatively young. You've got a lot of years ahead of you racing, and you know, learning those lessons, that's all part of it. And you're not the only one that did that. I'm pretty sure you know, and I hope he doesn't mind, but Ty Dark and did the same thing. You both could have been in the other final, and
yeah, definitely.
You know, like you said, if you reined it back a bit, you probably still would have placed first or second and got in there anyway. Where were you position wise when you had your high side?
I was in the lead.
Yeah.
So yeah. Wasn't great.
Do you think that was just pressure on yourself that caused that?
Well, I was very close to Brendan McCowett. Actually, no, I would have been in second place. I was just behind Brendan McCowett, and
so Brendan caused it.
Yeah, it was all Brendo's fault.
Bloody number 22. He caused a couple crashes that meeting.
Yeah, it was all Brendo.
Yeah, I invited him to defend himself, but Brendan, you didn't come, so we're just going to land it on.
Yeah, I just come into the top corner and Brendo was there, and no, it didn't work for me. I got way too close to him, and my bike started bucking me around, and next minute I was on the ground. Just, wasn't good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you healed up okay, eh? So you got no sort of lasting problems from it or anything?
No, I'm good. I remember it was funny the Monday morning, because I'm pretty good mates with Ty Darkin and Mick Codgel now, or Mick Codgel. And Monday morning, we were all in the hospital, just like sending messages on our phones. The three of us were in hospital getting scans done, and all three of us just crashed over the weekend. It was not good. Three of us had a bad time.
Yeah, did any of you take the green whistle?
Negative. Oh, no one got green whistle. Sadly.
Yeah, right. So I'm soft. Yeah, I reached out for the whistle. Oh, yeah, give it. Not on the
Couldn't do
same
it.
weekend, few weekends before, but yeah, no, give it to me. You'll need an ambulance. I don't care. Just give me the whistle.
Just hand it over. That is
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, no, I think that's old age. I'm going to blame my old age. You young guys, you're still, young, dumb, and full of you know what. But
Yeah. Definitely.
years of punishment to go.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So, yeah, I wanted to talk about sort of club days too. Like you have a ball at the club days, and there was a school project that you now seem to mount at most of the Harley Club days. You tell us about that, because that's pretty, I find that pretty funny and interesting all at the same time.
Yeah, so we had in year 9 where I went to school, we had a project called the Personal Best Project, where you just had to do something where it kind of imaged what you are and what you enjoy doing. So we had this old KE 175 old farm bike at home. It kind of sat in the corner of the shed, never really got ridden. I said to Dad, righto, we've got this project coming up. We're going to try and pull this thing apart, rebuild it, get it looking half like a flat track, and I want to try and race this thing. So I was like, rightio. So we ripped into it, pulled it all apart, got new piston and rings because she was pretty sad, rebuilt the engine, and then put it all back together, threw some different guards on it, put an 18-inch Michelin on the back, and then, took it to school, kind of showed me project. Everyone loved it. It was crazy. Everyone else had pot plants or their little skateboard they painted and stuff, and I just wheeled in this motorbike, this old vessel, and had it there, and everyone was looking at it. It was great. All the teachers loved it. And then we rode it in the bucket class at Albury, and I got second place in the clubbies for it. And it was, it's just the most fun. I love having a bike that you can go back and ride, and it's just not as serious. It's something you can just relax on and enjoy it more instead of being so serious like the 450 classes are these days. But it's just great. I love it. It's so fun.
Yeah, and so you ride that a fair bit at the Harley Club, and it looked like a pogo a few times, like the suspension. And then the first time you brought it out, I think it was, and then it seemed to get better. Did you end up doing anything to it, or you've just left it the way it is and ride around it?
The front forks have probably seen better days. I don't think there's much oil left in them now. They're real soft. I could probably bottom out just pushing it up and down. But it's pretty sad, the old front end. I want to put a different front end in it and get it working a bit better, but I'm not too fussed. It's just a bit of fun to ride around on, so it just looks horribly uncontrolled, but it is good fun.
Yeah, you're definitely having fun. You and Pinky whipping each other up the back straight and that sort of stuff. It's good to see a bit of comedy, and you guys, you do you have a pretty good friend base at the track, and a good community happening there, and there's some t-shirts made up and a saying that gets said quite a bit, which I don't understand because I don't watch cricket. It was all based around cricket, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. The old nice Gary.
Yeah, nice Gary. That's right. I think at most presentations and stuff now we hear someone, usually Pinky, I think it is, yelling out nice Gary.
Yeah, Ralphie loves it. Pinky's he's so good. I love that guy. He's so funny. He just brings joy to the track. He's just, the smile he has, it's just so funny. And he just lives for it. Back in the day when he used to be racing on the road, he raced a YZ 490 on the road circuit for years, and he was really quick. And the wisdom he has, but then he's such an old bugger. He stirs you up. It's just great. It's really good.
Yeah, definitely enjoying life and enjoying racing. Old Pinky. He's definitely a good one to have around the pits. I love racing with him and battling with him when we do battle and that sort of stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's worth it. It's good.
You sort of mentioned the serious side. How do you deal with that? Is that the whole idea of doing a bit of bucket and that sort of stuff? Is that the main way you deal with it, or do you sort of I don't know, do you do meditation twice a day or something?
No, not quite the medication just yet.
Well, medication might work. But yeah, meditation is what I was meaning.
No, I don't do either the medication or the meditation. But no, yeah, I just like riding something different to kind of relieve it through the day. Or especially with club days, I don't feel too stressed club days. It's just go there and ride, just have fun. I feel like riding at the bigger tracks like Cowra, where there's always quick guys there, makes you kind of not stress as much when you get to the bigger meetings.
Yeah.
Like with everyone being at Cowra, you get used to all the real quick guys. So even when we got to Forbes, we weren't really too nervous because we've already ridden with everyone there. It's just feels like another club day at Cowra. So kind of, I feel like that's been the best thing for us is riding the tracks with the quicker guys. It's just made it so you're more calm on the day. You're not stressing as much over who's there and how quick this guy is and how fast that person is. It's just, you've ridden with them before, you know what they're like. It's just get in and ride.
And Forbes for you, how was that like? That was your first Aussie titles too, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that was the first Aussies. I didn't have a great weekend. The Saturday I just had an off day, wasn't feeling right all day. My starts were just shocking. Couldn't get out of the gates all day, and it was really annoying me. And I struggle a lot where if I get pissed off at the start of the day, I get angry and angry as the day goes on. And the more angry I get, the worse I ride, which annoys me even more. But that's probably the one thing I struggle with is getting cranky at myself. I just need to try and relieve the stress. But then, yeah, we come out on Sunday and I rode heaps better. Just didn't think about anything, just treated it like another day, just riding. And I got better results on the Sunday, getting like fourths and fifths in my heats, which was good enough for me. I was happy with that. But, yeah, didn't have a great weekend.
Yeah, so sort of big lag happening there. But what I take from that is the mental element of racing, the mental side of racing. And, I don't like seeing you guys get disheartened about it because you did a bloody awesome job, and it's your first year of those big events. And the stuff you've learned from that's valuable and just, that's the physical training side. And like Jared Brooks said, even Paul Cazzo said, and these guys are champions and repetitive champions. They keep winning championships. And it's because they know, and this is now my thinking about it. I've only sort of, having the opportunity to talk to all these people has made me realise even more. If you turn up knowing you have the whole package, it's a good chance you're going to be in first.
Yeah, definitely.
or in the top three. So, you'll work on that. And like yourself, your riding skills, what's holding you back at the moment is just a few of the other things. And I think sort of just the mental preparedness is probably a bit of it. Like Kazo said, if you're at the gate and you're doubting that just before you let the clutch out, then it's not quite right, is it? You should be there going, I've got this, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Confidence is a big thing, such a big thing.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. And I don't know, from people that are outside our discipline, I don't think they really understand flat track. And we talked about this with the guys in the Netherlands, talk about it, just about everyone. They don't understand how many different factors there is to being a top racer. Like, even an intermediate racer, to get to that intermediate point, like, I don't know if I'll ever get as fast as you guys. I'm still going to give it a red hot crack, and I want to beat your ass. But if I don't, I'm still proud of where I've got to.
Yeah, definitely.
It takes a long time. It takes a lot of learning. Takes a few falls.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too many injuries, but yeah, it's a big journey, eh?
Oh, it really is. Yeah. It annoys me the most is when motocross guys, because at Albury, as you would know, our motocross track and our dirt track are right next to each other. So if you have like both tracks as a practice going on, I'll see some of my mates on the motocross side and I'll try and get them onto the flat track and they always just go, no, it's too easy. All you do is go around and around in circles. And like, oh, it just annoys me so much because I know as soon as they get out there, they'll be so slow. But it's just, yeah, lots of people, everyone just thinks dirt track or flat track speedway is so easy because all you have to do is just go around and around in a circle. But no, it's definitely not as easy as everyone thinks or it looks.
Not at all. Do you still do a bit of motocross as cross training?
We were trying to, but now since all our bikes are pretty well set up for dirt track, we don't really get much time to do motocross. We were riding at Chesney Vale, riding there a fair bit before. That was good fun. Really enjoyed riding there. It's just a ride park. It's no racing, just do laps and laps and laps. It's good there, but now at the moment my 125's blown up. So that was my motocross bike that I was riding. So once I get my 125 back, I'll probably get back to Chesney, ride that a fair bit, just for a bit of on-bike fitness, and then try and just ride every weekend that we can on the dirt track somewhere.
Yeah, so we sort of touched on the 19s before a little bit, but you're a bit of a duck to water with those. Like, you just seem pretty comfortable straight off. What's the go there?
Well, I'm not too sure, honestly. The first time I rode them, I just thought it doesn't really matter what I think. I'm going to have to enjoy riding these because it's the way it's going to go. I just feel like that's the way everything's going to go. We have to go to 19s because you can't really compete. Well, I suppose you can compete in America, but if we were all riding here on 19s, to get over to America is so much easier than it is at the moment, I believe. I've been talking to a lot of people about it, and you can go over there and race in the amateurs. It's just getting over there and riding. But if you don't ride on 19s year in, year out, then I don't see much point in going over there to try and do it. So I love 19s. It's so fun. But all I can remember is thinking I'm just going to have to enjoy it. So I was lucky enough to ride your YZ450 with them on there, and I had a bit of fun. It was good. And then you offered the wheels to me for the Sunday, which was a great opportunity for the SSRAV day. So I took that opportunity and rode with them at the Speedway Club, and I just loved it. So fun. I enjoyed it because personally I like riding. I like to really push a bike into the corner, try and lay it down a lot. And I feel like with that setup, I could push it even further than I could with the 2118 setup. So I just...
Yeah, you
I
scared
really
the shit out of me a couple of times.
I just love the feeling of it. I just love it, going into a corner and just pushing the thing down. It's just, amazing. So much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you definitely did. You definitely laid it down a couple of times, and I was standing next to your mum, and I could see her cringing. And but yeah, as you say, that setup, you can do it. You can basically. Well, we've seen all the limbo stuff online and that, and yeah, obviously that set up, and it might have taken 30 shots to get that one or whatever, but
Yeah.
you can definitely lean them right over and stand them back up. And
For sure.
I was a little bit surprised of how quickly you were doing that. Like you just pretty much after the first session, you just I think it was after the checkered flag, you just pushed down on the left handlebar and two wheels slid right into the corner, and you just full on going sideways like this. I'm going, I hope he's going to stand it back up. And he did, just popped it up. And
Yeah.
so, like, shit, he's bloody adjusted to that all right. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I reckon they're so much fun. It's crazy. It's good. Just consistent.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, well, Brendan was saying the same thing. He's saying he can really trust the back. He was a little bit worried about the front, but I think, I think that came the other weekend anyway. So I think he's all good now. But yeah, they do take it. I don't know. I was sort of a bit like you. I never really felt a big adjustment period, but there's a few riders that I've let have a go, have an opportunity like yourself and a couple other guys, and yeah, they haven't got it straight away, which was surprising. You know, I sort of don't expect people just to get on them and go flat knackers. You know, you got to be sensible about it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, some people do just go to them a lot easier, like yourself, and some others are going to have to work a bit harder. So that's really going to change it up because yeah, the boys I'm referring to aren't slow riders. You know, so
Yeah.
it's quite interesting. I think it's going to be interesting if who decides to go and race in the AFTN and yeah, what it's going to look like. I've got a feeling it's going to be pretty fast though. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
pretty
really
sure.
tip that it'll be
You
quick.
know, yeah, you know, I think Zane will vouch for that too, and yeah, definitely, you know, whichever way you go about it, work on your fitness because you're going to need aerobic fitness. So
Yeah, definitely
yeah,
for the longer races.
yeah, that you know, Zane was saying, well, I think the week he came back after that happened, he started getting on cross trainers and
Yeah.
bikes at the gym a lot. He hasn't got a pushy. He's
Oh,
got a
yeah.
BMX, which I said to him, you know, do 30 Ks on the BMX. That'd be a pretty hard workout.
Yeah, that'd be a fair old ride. You know,
Yeah, you'd be pretty sore after that.
yeah, I'd
But
reckon
yeah,
so.
so I think that the longer race formats and that is definitely going to I don't know about shock, but definitely affect people differently. So
Yeah, for sure.
oh
Definitely.
man, that's been an awesome chat. Thanks for coming on. It's been I wasn't sure if you would accept actually because when I was doing a bit of around the pits and at the Vic titles, you were running away every time I came with a microphone.
I just remember at the Vic titles, you bailed up James Davies and Claire, and you were talking to him. And then I started walking over there, and I saw you had the microphone. I'm like, oh, I might wait a little bit. I'll come back later.
Yeah, you can't be shy, mate. You've got to get out there. And this next bit is exactly why you've got to get out there. Let us know who your sponsors are. I know you've got a few now, which is great.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I've been looked after a lot by Albury Steel Fabricators in Albury. Yeah, they've been looking after me, and it's been amazing. Got lots of help from them. Also, White House Motorcycles, they've helped heaps, especially with tyres and gear and stuff. It's been great. Shred Design Co. They've looked after me with jersey prints and stuff, which has been crazy. That's James Davies and Claire Day. They're awesome. They're amazing people. So,
All right.
but yeah, apart from that, it's just been, yeah, just riding. Just pretty well. Oh, I should probably thank Mum and Dad as well. They have invested a lot of stuff into me and my brother. It's been good. Also, Auto Barn Albury, they've helped us out a lot with filters and stuff for our bikes and oil. It's been good. It's been really good.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I'd actually like to thank the Street family. They've helped us out so much. It's been amazing. They're really, really good at looking after us. KELPI as well for the wheels, the rims, getting all that sorted. That was great.
I'm not paying them to say that either.
No, definitely not. Yeah, you went above and beyond for that. That was great. It was amazing. It's been good.
Oh no, but you were interested, and anyone that's interested and wants to have a go, and if I can provide an opportunity for them, definitely I'm into it. As you know, I'm into growing the sport, not just 19s, but you know, if someone wants to go and have a crack at earning some good money and that from it, then yeah, I'm definitely there to give you a hand if I can. So and that was nothing. I had the wheels, you know, that there to be used. So I've already put marks in them. So
it was amazing. Meant the world to me. Thank you very much.
No, you're very welcome, man. And yeah, I hope to see you around the pits heaps more. Are you coming to the 4th and the 5th, so the SSRAV day and then the come and try day at the Harley Club?
I'm
Or
pretty sure we'll be
you
there
might
on
not take
this.
your bike back.
Yeah, we got to see how we go with the bikes, getting them back. We'll definitely be there on the Sunday. We'll help out on Sunday, see what the go is there. I'm not sure, depending, as you said before, if I get my bike back, then I'll be riding the Saturday as well, hopefully. But yeah, we're just waiting to see if I get a phone call about my bike.
You have to start texting them twice a day.
Twice a day, hassling around.
Yeah. Yeah, I recommend everyone does that to other businesses, just not KELPI.
Throw everyone else
Don't
under the
text me
bus.
twice a day. Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
that's good.
text me. I don't reply.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, beautiful. We'll have to get young Henry on here one day too. Is he much of a talker, or will he hide?
Yeah, you could probably get a few words out of him. Might take a bit of twisting of his arm, but you can probably get him eventually. See how he
Yeah,
goes.
we'll wait till he wins his first championship, and then we'll get him on here. So
Yeah,
that's setting
that's
the goal for him.
setting the goal for him. I'll let him know you said that. He'll love to hear it.
Yeah, and for you, you're going to win a championship soon anyway, mate. So we'll probably talk to you before then as well. But yeah, I think you're going to have a ripper year. I think yeah, once you just tidy up those little loose ends and keep striving for your goals, I reckon you've got every chance to get there.
Yeah, definitely. I'll give it my best shot. That's for sure.
Yeah, awesome. And yeah, love seeing you guys at the track. And yeah, it'll probably be the come and try day, I imagine. I think I'm going to do both. I don't know. I haven't really. The bike's actually still got sand granite stuck to it. It's actually baked to it now because I didn't wash it after the last race. But,
that's always the hardest part, is getting home and finding the motivation to just wash your bike. I hate bike
man,
work.
I've just been so busy. It's unbelievable. Like, when my nephews were over, I was meant to have bikes ready for them to ride and stuff. And yeah, we're fixing bikes. We're trying to get them on them. And it was just nightmare. Anyway, and ended up just having one running bike and we were all doing time trials on it. And because I couldn't put them on my 450, so.
No.
I don't know. I've just got a garage full of broken stuff at the minute, and that happens. I know I'll fix it, but it's just getting it all fixed. I got the mountain bike fixed today, so that's good. I need that for training. So
that's a good start.
That's one off the list, and yeah, good start. Got my bookwork off, so tick that off the list, and we'll just keep ticking those things off, and then everything will be back to normal in about 6 months, hopefully.
Perfect. That's good.
Yeah, it'll be good, mate. Anyway, thanks, Harrison, and yeah, we'll catch you real soon. Say hi to the family, and
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thanks to your family for the support, of course. And yeah, we look forward to catching up with you down the track and see how everything's going in your racing life.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll definitely talk to you soon, Darcy.
Too cool.
Amazing.
So there we go, Harrison Small. Yeah, good chat, really good chat with Harrison. Get to learn a bit about Harrison there and his racing career so far. It's he's still pretty fresh in it, really, but he's come a long way. Like he's a lot faster than he was as a junior now, and he's got the potential to run up the top at the pointy end, that's for sure. Well, that's my opinion anyway. He's a great rider, and he's got a good head on him for his age, and yeah, really look forward to seeing what comes of Harrison's racing and his brother Henry. Yeah, just looking forward to it, and like I said earlier, we've got some more great pods coming our way. Our first couple pod will be happening soon with any luck. Yeah, a couple brothers. Yeah, so I'll leave your imagination to it to guess who they are and whatnot. And there's actually might even have an American guest, which will be awesome. Just got to do a little bit more reaching out and organising. As you heard on that one, I have been really busy and not making excuses. I'm just catching up a little bit. I think it's just that time of year and the way it's gone. But some awesome stuff in that pod. It's good hearing about highlights and achievements and all those things add to improvement. Or equal improvement. All those little things put together. And I think that's what's got Harrison to where he is, that travelling around. Brendo or Macau at 22 will always tell you that, racing against fastest guys and on their home tracks and in different parts of the country is what's going to help you improve. And I think it's pretty undeniable, really. So, good on Harrison and Jane and Craig for taking those boys all over the country and investing in them. We were talking a bit about that yesterday, and it's a fair investment, but they're willing to do it. The pros outweigh the cons. I was getting all lip tight there. The pros outweigh the cons, and I think like Harrison was saying, the mateships that he's making, and you can't put a price on that. The experiences he's going to carry, or the whole family are going to carry together for the rest of their lives. You can't put a price on that, and it's been the same for my family. I mean, even though my girls don't race and that anymore, but they were involved in bikes, and they've always, when I very first started, they were all there all the time. But they still, they still talk about it now and miss it. And Sky came yesterday and had a ride, and obviously, that got the youngest one jealous, and now she wants to ride, and it's all going to fire up again, and I'll have to retire. But we'll see how we go. But it's just a great sport to be involved with, and thanks to everyone that does help out and come on the pod and buys our products. We sold a couple of tyres. That really helps yesterday, and potentially a couple of wheel sets of people that are interested in doing the AFTN and that. And we're happy to help you out and keep you on track at an affordable price. And just love seeing the goals people are reaching on our tyres. You might have seen on social media, Drake in New Zealand had the KELPI block front and back, which not many people do. It's probably myself and maybe a couple other have tried it, and he actually won both his races that he was on that setup. He had a couple bikes there, and then I don't know why he was bike swapping. He did tell me the story. I can't remember now. But anyway, that's really cool to see. Stuff like that, I love hearing about it. So if you have got our products and you're using them, let me know. Let me know your thoughts and any pictures. I've put a couple bikes on before on Instagram and stuff of guys that have put them on there, or the wheel sets. A couple guys in WA that are going to do that, hopefully, and they seem to be really loving them up there. There's Punja Park, I think it is how you pronounce it. Seems to be a bit of flat track racing going on over there. So that's awesome. So as we always say, guys, keep it sideways. Go flat tracker. See you next time.
Go tracker, go flat tracker, go, go, go.